Hey guys, I hope you all are doing good. So in this video, I'm going to do a complete rundown of all the different features and the functionality of the Galaxy Note 9 stylus or SPen, because this is not just a fancy stylus. This is like an extension of your phone which performs a bunch of cool features which I think you guys are gonna love, and I will be covering all of them in this video. So let's go ahead and begin. So guys, the Galaxy Note 9's SPen performs two distinct functions. So number one is the Bluetooth remote functionality. So for example, we launch the camera and we can press the button here on the SPen to take pictures, and this also works in the gallery. You can use it to do a slideshow, you can use it in web browser. So firstly, we have the Bluetooth remote functionality, and the second function is the basic writing function. And yes, this is a pressure sensitive SPen. Now, one important thing you guys should know about the SPen is that the Bluetooth remote functionality is completely separate from the pen functionality. So even if I go ahead and disable that remote functionality, so if you go to advanced feature, SPen remote, and if I disable this, the pen functionality will still work. So let's go back. So you can see I can still scroll around even though the SPen remote, everything has been disabled, and this does not require the SPen to be charged. So I can still go ahead and use everything else. So if I go back here and if I open the air command, I can still take notes. So the SPen is completely functional except the Bluetooth remote part. So the thing that will not work is this remote shutter button. This will not work for the camera. So if I launch the camera, if I press the button, you can see it does not take a picture because the remote functionality is completely disabled. And if I want to re-enable that, if you go to advanced features, SPen remote, and then turn it on, and you'll need to plug in the SPen to connect it back to the phone. And once again, if you just want to use the stylus, you can disable that and it will not require the SPen to be charged. So now we have that remote functionality enabled. Now the SPen will also work as a remote control. And I'll come back to that second feature later, which is the writing functionality, but first thing I'm going to do is explain the Bluetooth functionality, how it works, how it charges, and what are all the different options you can change inside the SPen setting. So to access the SPen settings, you just drop down the notification bar like this, press the gear icon, go to advanced features and tap on SPen, and then tap on SPen remote. So here in the SPen remote submenu, you'll see a bunch of options. You'll see what the apps can do, and also what you can do when you hold down the button on the SPen. And most importantly, you'll see the battery level of the SPen. So the SPen is powered by a little supercapacitor which is inside the SPen, and the way the SPen charges is once you insert the SPen into your phone, once you click it close, the phone automatically charges the SPen within about 40 seconds, and that's all it takes. So 40 seconds the SPen goes from 0 to 100, and you get about 30 minutes of usage time, and the range is also fairly decent. So you guys can see the SPen has a little button here. By default, if you long press this, it will launch the camera, and if you don't want the camera to launch by long pressing the button, you can actually go ahead and change this. If you want, you can have a different app, like if I want YouTube to launch, if I long press the button, so you can see YouTube comes up. But if you want this disabled, you can also do that. So just turn it off, and now nothing will happen in case you hold down the SPen button. So you see nothing happens. And if you want to re-enable this, turn it on, and I prefer having the camera option. It's really nice. And if we scroll down here, we have app actions. So basically you can configure what this button does inside the apps. So first off, we have camera. Single press takes a picture, double press switches the camera. So let's launch the camera and I will show you guys. So single press takes a picture, double press, it changes the camera from rear to selfie. Hey guys, what's up? So whenever you're using the Bluetooth remote functionality in a compatible app, just tap on this little pen icon here and it takes you to the air command option, and on the bottom you have some additional options for changing the settings on the fly. So there's absolutely no need to go to main settings, then go to the SPen functionality remote control. We can change the settings from directly inside the app. So for example, if I want to change the double press action from switch camera to record a video, we can do that. So now if I double press this, the camera will now start recording a video. Double press to stop, and the single press is still take a picture. So the range of the S Pen is also fairly decent. I'm standing on the other side in my room. So if I long press the button here, it should launch the camera. So long press, there we go. The camera is now running. Press it once, takes a picture, and double press it. Should switch it to selfie camera, and maybe you can see me. Really neat, huh? And the battery is still 100%. And the second option is gallery, single press, next item, double press, previous item. So here we are inside the gallery. So single press, it takes you to the next picture, and double press, you will go back. Really neat if you want to do slideshow. If you want to cast the screen of your phone onto a larger screen, you can just sit back and relax and grab your S Pen and do a slideshow like this. And to go back to the S Pen settings, you can just tap on this air command option and tap on this gear icon. It will take you to the S Pen setting, then tap S Pen remote. If we again scroll down, we have different options like in the media player, which is Samsung Music. If you press this button, it will play pause the music, and if you double press this, it will just skip to the next track. I've disabled the one in Chrome, but if you press it once, it will go back to the previous page, and if you double press it, it will go forward. But the most useful part is in PowerPoint. You can do a nice little slideshow with the S Pen functionality, and you can also use it in third-party apps like Snapchat. So here's a quick demonstration of how it works in PowerPoint. Start the slideshow. So if I press it once, it should go to the next slide, just like this. And if I double press it, it should go back to the previous slide, just like this. And I think we can change it. If I press on the air command option, single press, next slide, do nothing. Okay, so we have only three options: next slide, previous slide, do nothing. Now one thing I have noticed is that if you drop down the notification bar and go to Bluetooth, Bluetooth is turned off even though the S Pen is connected to the phone. So if I long press this, the camera will launch even though the Bluetooth option is turned off in the setting. So maybe the S Pen is using some other protocol, or I don't know what's going on here, but Bluetooth is turned off. The S Pen has a separate option here, S Pen remote. Long press this, it will take you to the S Pen remote option. And you can see the supercapacitor charge level has dropped down to 60, and once I insert the S Pen, it will charge in no time. So you can see it's instantly gone to 100, and I can start using the S Pen once again. So it charges within seconds. Now once again, it is ready to use, no problems. And lastly, you can also unlock your phone with the S Pen. So this option needs to be turned on, the second one, which says unlock with S Pen remote. So once this is turned on, even if your phone locks up, you can just press this button here to unlock your phone. But it works only for that particular session. So if I put this pen back in, and now if I unplug the pen, let's just go back and lock the phone, and now if I press the button, the phone will not unlock. So it is only available for that particular session in case the phone goes to sleep while you're using the S Pen. So if you insert the pen and take it back out, it will not work. So that's a nice little security feature. So guys, these were the remote control features of the Galaxy Note 9's S Pen, and now let's move on to the stylus functionality of the S Pen. And like I said, the stylus functionality is completely separate from the Bluetooth remote. So now I'm going to disable this remote control functionality so that you guys can get an idea of what the S Pen is capable of even when the Bluetooth remote control is not enabled. So in the beginning of the video, you guys have seen me scribble something on the screen. That was screen off memo. And what screen off memo does is, once your phone is asleep, and let's just put the pen back inside. So once the phone is asleep, you just take out the S Pen, and the phone will go into this Notes app, and while the phone is still locked, it's just showing this note app, and you can quickly take down some notes if you want. If you want to take someone's phone number, you can quickly take a phone number here without unlocking the phone, without going into your phone book and just bringing up a new contact. So I think this is very useful if you want to take quick notes. So I'm just gonna write something here, and you can keep your hand like this on the screen. It won't affect the phone's functionality. So this phone does have palm rejection. Really neat, huh? And you can change the size of the tip. Alternatively, you can press hard enough on the screen and the size of the tip changes, because this SPen is pressure sensitive. And once you're done, either put the phone to sleep or tap this button here, says save in notes, and it will be saved in notes. So let's just unlock it, tap this air command button, and if we go to all notes, you can see my note is over here, and I can edit this if I want. And we have a couple of options here. We can also pin this to the home screen. So here it is. If I want, I can bring it over here, and I can resize it to view the full note. And there's a little gear icon. Let's just press it, and we can also change the note. We can change the background transparency. Let's just go back, and you can see this is our note which we created while the screen was off. Let's just remove it from the home screen. Go back to that note application, and here we can also share the note with our friends. For example, if you want to say change it to image only, and now I can go ahead and share it on whichever app I want, even on WhatsApp, Instagram. And you can also launch the screen off memo by pressing this button. Just keep it pressed and tap on screen once, and the screen off memo will come up. And if you go back to the off-screen memo setting, we have a second option here which says use SPen signature color. This is nothing but the color of the SPen in which the screen off memo takes notes. So this is the metallic gold color, so it just scribbles in metallic gold color. And if you have a yellow color SPen, it will just write in yellow color. And if I turn this off, it should write in white or gray color. So let's just test that out quickly. So there you go, that's a grayish color. So a thicker tip should, so yeah, that's a grayish color. So if I save this in notes, let's see what kind of color we get in notes. So view all notes. So we get a black color in the Samsung notes, and the signature color is this metallic gold. And you can see if I hover the pen over this, it should automatically zoom in. So this is the complete screen off memo functionality on the Galaxy Note 9. So next up we have Air View. Now you guys have already seen me use this in the Notes app. So if you go back here, if I hover the SPen over a note, it will just zoom in into the note. It works the same way. So it works in the calendar app, works in the gallery, it works to scroll up and down the screen, it works over a link. So if you hover your SPen over a link, it will preview the web page. So let's just go to the gallery and try this. So if I want a preview of this picture, I can just hover my SPen over this picture, and no, I'm not touching the SPen on the screen. So just for an example, you can see I'm not touching it. I'm just hovering the SPen over the screen. And we have three options: delete, share, and edit. If I tap on it, the image will go to edit, and if I tap on the image itself, it just previews the image. Fantastic low light quality of the camera, by the way, almost zero noise in the picture. And you can also use the Air View to scroll up and down. So for example, I can just do this. You can scroll down, or you can scroll up. I'm not touching the screen, so kind of useful. And it also works in the calendar application. So for example, on Sunday I have a little work here. I have to finish this SPen tutorial. So I just need to hover the SPen over this thing, and it will show me what I have for the day. Next we have direct pen input. Direct pen input is like a handwriting recognition thing. To use handwriting pad, hover the S Pen over a text field, then tap on the button that appears on the screen. So let's just try this out in WhatsApp. So you can see that blue icon there which has a T in it. Just tap on it and it opens a handwriting pad. So let's just try writing here, although I'm just looking at the camera's screen and writing. Not bad. My handwriting is pretty terrible and it's still able to recognize it. Yeah, that's pretty terrible handwriting, but the phone is able to recognize no problem. And I'm guessing the same will work in Chrome web browser if I want to type something here. Oh yeah, we have a handwriting recognition pad. Not bad, not bad. You can see it recognized YouTube. So that was direct pen input or handwriting recognition pad. Now whenever you bring the S Pen close to the screen, you'll see this little pointer, and I hope you guys can see. I'm not touching the S Pen on the screen, but you can see that little pointer. Now if you turn this option on, the pointer will no longer appear on the screen, but the S Pen is still active, and this does not affect the functionality of the S Pen. Now some people might want to turn this on, some people off. I like to keep it on. Alright, so next up, finally we have the famous air command feature of the Galaxy Note 9. Now air command is this menu which pops up when you press this little pen icon, and you can move this pen icon wherever you want. If you're wondering, you can also move it to the left side of the screen if you hold the S Pen in your left hand, but I like to keep it here on the right. Now we have this option here called floating icon, and it disables this air command icon, this pen icon here, but air command is still available. All you have to do is bring the S Pen close to the screen and press the button here on the S Pen, and the air command will launch. Works even on the home screen. So even though we have disabled this floating icon, the air command is still accessible when you press the button. Now whatever you see in this air command menu is all S Pen specific stuff, but you can edit this if you don't want some stuff. So for example, you have to just tap on shortcuts, and here you can edit, add or delete. So I can also, so I think this is full at the moment, so I have to remove something in order to add. So for example, I removed translate, and now I can add the camera option here. Go back, and now whenever I open up the air command, I will have camera option here, even though this is not S Pen specific. But I like to keep S Pen specific options here in the air command, so let's add the translate option back here. So now let me explain all the different function and features of the air command. So let's just launch the air command. Let's check out the first option, which is create note. It just takes you to the Samsung notes, and here you can create a note. You have some different color options, and type in whatever color you want. Let's just select green, a different brush, and you can draw whatever you want here. And if I change the pen's angle, you can see the brush angle also changes. So yeah, that pressure sensitive thing is still there. And then you can tap on save, and it goes here into the Samsung notes, which you can access from view all notes. And if you don't, if the S Pen is inside the phone's housing like this, you can still access Samsung notes from right over here. And this was the little drawing we created. The next feature we have here is Smart Select. Now to demonstrate Smart Select, let me open up Instagram and let me open a picture with text in it. So for example, we have this image. It has a text, but you don't really want to copy that and type it out somewhere. So just open up Smart Select, select this, and now you will be able to extract text out of this thing, or if you want, you can pin this to your screen. So first I will demonstrate pin to screen. So that's now pinned onto your screen. You can read this whenever you want. Feel encouraged. It's a positive quote. You can minimize it, maximize, and now the item has been saved to gallery. But the real thing I want to demonstrate here is the ability to extract text out of an image. So this, you can just tap on second option, you can see now the text has been extracted in a form which you can copy to the clipboard, or you can share with your friends on WhatsApp, or you can also draw on the image. So there are so many options with this phone. You can set it as an always on display. So if I press undo and just tap done, and now this is my always on display. Let me demonstrate one more thing with this smart select thing. Now some of you might want to copy some text, say maybe you have some unique hashtags over here. So just open smart select, just do this, and now just tap on this option called extract text. You can see all that text from the hashtags has been extracted. Now you can copy these and use it on your own Instagram image. Thumbs up guys, this thing is so powerful. And now let me demonstrate that option here there which says GIF images. So let me just zoom in a little bit. For example, we have a YouTube video here, and if I play this, smart select, animation, record, so now I have a GIF animation which I can save or set it as an always on display. So let me just demonstrate to you guys. Let's go to display, go to always on display, clock style, and this was, so just tap on add image, GIFs, select this. Now we can see Huey dancing to something and enjoy this on your phone. And I have Huey dancing on my lock screen. Amazing. Moving on, the next feature we have here is screen write. Another exciting feature. So for this I will open up Chrome once again, and you can do this at any screen on your phone. For example, I will go to Wikipedia, and there's a little featured article here. Now I wanna highlight something and send it to my friend. It is very easy to do this on the Galaxy Note 9. So just open up the air command, tap screen write, and it takes a screenshot. Now you can select this option called scroll capture, which allows you to capture the full web page. So it is now done. Now I can go ahead and start highlighting whatever I want. I can highlight, or I can just write on the web page. So for example, let's just select this highlighter, select the color in which you want to highlight. Let's just select yellow, and now I can just undo. So now I can just highlight whatever text I want. This feature is extremely powerful, and I can also write, select a pen. Let's just select a thinner tip. So once I'm done, I can save this, or I can share this directly. So now it has been saved. It's right here in my screenshot folder. So I can now read this or send it to a friend of mine. So all these sharing options are available. And here on the image itself, you can see a little option here which says go to website. If you tap on it, the phone will take you to the website from where the screenshot was taken. So for example, I'll close this, and let's just do that again. Go to website, and it will take you to the exact same website where the screenshot was taken. And screen write feature also allows you to write on the screen. For example, take a screenshot and then you can just write on the screen or do whatever you want. And once again, all the highlighting features are available. You can use my highlighter to just highlight something and then just save it to my gallery, or I can share it with my friends. So the next option we have is called live message. Now live message allows you to create an animated GIF or an animated MP4 movie, and you can send that to your friends on WhatsApp. So let me just demonstrate that. And we have different options here called sparkles, glow, hearts, snowflakes, and rainbow. You know what, let's keep it on sparkles. Now let's try this. Let's wish someone good morning. So now when I have created this, I can now tap done. It will save it in a GIF format or GIF. Wait for it. Now the live message has been saved into the gallery, but we are going to tap this share option. Now tap on WhatsApp, and as you can see, I am now sharing this with myself, and that old text is still there. And as you can see, this is now here on my other Galaxy phone. You don't need a Galaxy for this. This is a standard GIF and it will work across all devices. So next we have this app called Pinup. Pinup is also available in the Samsung apps. It is there. So this is just an artwork app. You can create your own artwork here or check out artwork which has been created by different people. Now all of this has been created by using the Galaxy Note. So you can see all the different artwork that has been shared with the community, and you can do your own stuff here. You can draw, you can take an image from gallery. Now I'm not an artist, so I'm not gonna do something here, but everything else is available. You have different brushes, but yeah, I suck at drawing, so I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna discard. But you have this coloring option, live drawings. Live drawing shows you what the other person has done. So this has been created by using the SPen and the Galaxy Note phone. Amazing, right? Told you guys, this phone is for artists and people who love to draw. That's just amazing. And then you can just tap on learn to draw and it will take you here. So it took the person around 34 minutes to create that artwork on the Galaxy Note, and you have different artworks here. And let's just go back, and coloring is the same app. It takes you to these templates over here. So for example, let's select this one and you can see what other people have done, and you can start coloring, select different colors. Yeah, I ain't good at this, but you get the point how it works. And then once you're done, you can share it with the community, as many people have done. Once again, like I said, this phone is for artists and content creators. Next we have this Magnify option. This is pretty amazing. So for example, let me open up a web page. This text is fine, I can read it, but if this text was like a little bit too small, you can select this option here called Magnify, and it will open a magnifying window, which you can now all you have to do is hover the SPen over the screen and it magnifies stuff for you. You can select the zoom level. If I select 250%, you see the magnifying level goes up, and it works in almost every application. So even if I have the Play Store open, you can see magnifying option works. Next we have a feature called Glance. Now what Glance does, it minimizes an app into a small thumbnail on the bottom of your home screen or just your screen, because it will always be there. So if I tap on Glance, you can see Wikipedia has been minimized to this thumbnail. Now if I want to resume the thumbnail, I just hover the SPen over the thumbnail and the entire page gets resumed. If I move back, it gets minimized, and this page will always be there no matter what app is open. So for example, I have Instagram open here. You can see the thumbnail is already there. Just bring the SPen close and the thumbnail will resume, and if you want to close this, just move it to remove and it will be gone. Alright guys, so the last feature available in the Air Command menu is called Translate. Now this is an extension of Google Translate. So this is our source language, English, and we are translating to French. Now the cool feature about this thing is it can extract text from an image and translate it into your destination language. For example, we can translate this thing and it translates word by word when you have selected this option. There you go. And you can see it translated by Google. I hope you can see. Should I bring this up close? And all you need to do to translate is hover your SPen over a word and it will translate that for you. But if you want to translate that whole thing, just select this, just tap over here, and now it will translate the entire paragraph. And it also works in the web browser, WhatsApp, or whatever stuff that contains text. So for example, we are here in the Creator Studio. Let's hover the SPen over here. So there you go, guys. I hope you get an idea. So guys, these are all the features that the air command performs, and while I was doing this, the Bluetooth functionality was completely disabled. So you can see SPen remote is disabled. This works completely independent of the remote control of the SPen, and you do not need to charge the SPen to perform all these different functions. So now let's go back to the settings and finish the video. So now we have this option called when SPen is removed, what should the phone do? So right now when the SPen is removed, you can see that air command thing pops up. So if I remove the SPen, so that air command thing comes up, and some people might not like it, and tap on it, and you have second option is create a note. So it will go to that Samsung Notes thing, or do nothing. I think do nothing is the best option. So when you take the SPen out now, nothing is going to happen. So the next feature we have here is alarm. So when you leave the SPen behind, if I keep the SPen over here, put the phone to sleep and walk away, the phone will sound an alarm that the SPen has been left behind, and you should go and grab the SPen and put the SPen back into the phone. And it's just a safety feature so that you don't lose the SPen, because this will be quite expensive in case you lose it. Second option, another option we have here is power saver. Now when power saver is enabled, when you put the SPen inside your phone will stop detecting the SPen, because it already knows that the SPen has been inserted. And then we have some feedback options here. It will play a sound when the SPen has been inserted and removed, and a little vibration to accompany when you insert the SPen or remove it. And then when you get your Galaxy Note 9, I suggest that you use this option here to learn more features about the SPen. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope this video has helped you out in understanding what all different features the SPen can perform. So in case this video has helped you out, please press the like button, share, subscribe, and do follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Links are down in the video description. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.